Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and I am so happy to have you here. Today we are just going to be walking through the Gospel palette from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. I have had this sucker in my hand for about a month now, I believe, and so I am really excited to bring you some different looks, talk about the formulas, all the different stuff. Just to go through real quick, something I'm actually gonna try changing, and definitely let me know your feedback. I am really thinking of starting to do my tutorials specifically in shorts when talking about these looks, so definitely tune in Wednesday and pretty much every day after that until I have completed the looks that I want to do. I will be doing a tutorial on this look that I have right now. I've already filmed that, so that will also be in a short. Just let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious what people think of that. I know tutorials do not do very well on like long form content, but they do seem to do decently well on short form content. So what I'm hoping is with this video, I can really, now that I have actually thoroughly played with every single shade in this palette, I can give you my true, honest, thorough review. Subscribe if you want to see more fun content like this. I am doing a video basically every single week. Every Monday is my goal to do a long form content video. Currently, I am alternating between an eyeshadow palette review and new makeup releases, and then I do shorts and I post to Instagram every single day with a different look or an Instagram reel or things like that. So check all of that down below. Subscribe if you want to see more content like all of that. I would really appreciate to have you here. Let's just go ahead and roll on in. First things first, I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with the highlighters. Let's go ahead and just talk about pricing. So this brand is from the UK as far as I know. So the prices are in pounds, but you have the current, as I am filming this, like USD conversion. So we're going to go with that. So the highlighters do retail for £8.50. The US conversion is $11.12. Honestly, I'm just going to show you the beauty. So this is how your product will come in this really pretty box. Sorry if my lighting is too bright. Hopefully you can see. So their logo is really pretty. You'll be able to see the actual product itself is in a darker. It's like a darker compact. So let's pull this out for $11. I'm just going to tell you, this feels very luxe to me. This feels high end. This definitely feels something that would cost more than $11.12. So we do have the brand's logo, and then we also have the collaborator. I just realized I did not mention. So this is in collaboration with PigletGC. Let's have a picture here. I absolutely love their content. It is seriously amazing. They are such a freaking artist, so talented and all of that. So definitely check out their Instagram. They literally have the best like blurbs and stuff about this collection. They just go on, and I really appreciate that. So back to what I was saying though, so these highlighters, so there was a package of 6. I only picked up 2 because I just wasn't 100% sure. I am very tempted to get the other 4 that I am missing. Like again, like I said, because this is such a nice packaging. Here is just one of the shades. So I did basically get I believe this is the white one, which is called Sinner. Nope, I lied. This is a purpley, I feel like you can maybe see it a little bit. This is a purpley bluey kind of one. I will say, and I'll try to show up a photo, and the photo at least that I saw, it made it look a bit more pink. I do have quite a few highlighters in my collection that do have the same kind of flip. I'm sorry if you really can't see. And then, I don't know if I've used this one yet, but this one is called Saint. I might have used it once. This one is just kind of one of your run-of-the-mill highlighters. So this one is just a really nice shine. I definitely feel like I'm seeing some silver in my screen, but it kind of just has this like wetness. I wouldn't say it's super wet, but I also don't feel like it's overly glittery. It's almost that a merge between having like a really subtle kind of highlight and that glittery kind of highlight. So let's go ahead and jump into the main part of the collection, which is this lovely palette. So this is the Gospel palette. Like I said, definitely check out the creator's Instagram. They have like so much info about this palette, about their ideas, why they created this, and I really love it. They're such this amazing like artist, and just talk about everything makes me like so excited. So it has, you know, your normal idea, the ingredients. Let's go ahead, open it up. Try not to flash you, but there is a mirror. Ooh, my face. It does have, in the beginning, there was, so really cute. And then we are into our color family here, and then there is also like a cross on the back. Let's go ahead and jump in to the price point. So this sucker is £28, $36.63 is the US conversion, and honestly for this quality is really good. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and talk through the shades, what I think of everything, but for the shades that are in here, I really do think that $36 is a really good price point, especially knowing the fact that most palettes now, in my opinion, a really good price point is $50. That's still obviously really high, but I feel like a lot of brands even now, it's going towards $60, $70 for a 12 pan, and that's just, no. I really hope that this brand keeps with this so far expensive idea with such a good formula. Let's go ahead and just talk through everything. So things I would definitely say that I absolutely love about this palette is all of the shimmers are literally so good. There is only 4, and I feel like that's something that most people might be nervous of. Honestly, I feel like these shades are very transformative, and that's something I really appreciate. For example, there is this shade here called Golden Girls, which is like a yellow shimmer. Here, I'll kind of swatchy a little bit on my finger. This shade though, I put it over a green. I did put it over this limey green kind of shade here, and it really flipped that green. Let's go ahead and go in with what I feel like is my favorite shade. So from the palette is this shade called Kath and Kim. It's on my eyelid here and this like outer portion. I originally was not going to use this shade today for this look because I thought, oh, it's not going to work for the look. And that's where, again, when I say that transformative, just so stunning. We'll move on next to what is also on my eye. So I do have this shade Mandy. Now, I will preface and say this shade Mandy, it's not super moussey. Like, I feel like there are shades that people talk about where it feels kind of like Play-Doh-y. This shade does not feel like that, but you can see, because I've already hit pan a little bit, that you can kind of push the shade around. That is what I have here. That is the only one in this palette that I noticed kind of has that idea, but I've not noticed any issues. That is the shade I have all on my like inner part of the eye. The other shade, Will and Grace, this one has the strongest flip in my opinion of duochrome, and this one actually I could see with my naked eye. It's like a purple flips to like gold kind of situation. The mattes all do perform really well. I will preface one of the mattes, Up the Woman, for myself. I don't know if mine is just pressed a little too hard or something. I have been able to make this work. I usually do scrape off a little bit, or I can kind of really build it up, but I'll kind of just show you here as a swatch. Hopefully you can see that it kind of has this sheerness. So I don't know if I just possibly got a dud, because when I did see all the swatches, theirs looked really good, but mine just tends to be really kind of sheer. Like I said, I can get it to make it work, but that is something that I kind of noticed was a little, not great. But like I said, I was able to get it to work, and I did actually like it as a blending out shade for using like a red eyeshadow. It kind of, because it's not overly pink, it's within that red family, it really helped that one. Other things I would definitely say about this palette is some of the shades, they are extremely pigmented, and some of them you have to almost stamp on, if that makes sense, to get them to behave really well. So one of the shades that I'm going to talk about that is my absolute favorite shade of this palette, I wanted to put it all over my eye when I first got it, is this shade Let Them Eat Cake. This is such a stunning purple shade. One of the things that I really like to do with this shade is almost buff it throughout the crease, and then once you have it buffed out, stamp in additional product to make sure you're getting that pigmentation. It just kind of feels powdery, very like, not bad, but it has like a lot of pigment. That is really the only shade of this palette that I did notice that issue with. Everything else did perform really well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to discuss with this palette. Oh yeah, I think one of my favorite things that I'll definitely say about this palette, and it really has nothing to do with the formula, it is the color selection. If you're not new, you probably noticed I tend to do a lot of like darker looks. This palette really helped me to step outside of my normal comfort zone and to wear something more bright, wear something different. And I absolutely loved every single look that I created with this palette. That is not something I can say about most eyeshadow palettes. If that is not a big takeaway there, like I said, every look that I created with this palette, I absolutely loved. I think that is all that I wanted to discuss with this video. Let me know down below your thoughts about this video. This I know is going to be completely different from how I normally film content and reviews, but I don't know, I'm hoping that this kind of shorter form idea to get my actual thoughts out there and what I think, what I don't like, what I do like, just really helps you. So definitely let me know your feedback down below in the comments. I'm gonna be super, super curious. I would absolutely love it if you liked this video. It definitely helps me out. And subscribe if you want to stick around for some more content. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you on my next one. Okay, bye. Stay tuned.